Welcome to Williams-Brice Stadium in Columbia, South Carolina. As we roll into Week 12 in our coverage of EA Sports College Football, these are the types of games that can help define your season. The Gamecocks ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. The Bulldogs offense going to get the chance to start this game off. These two teams don't exactly love each other, and man, did they trade blows back and forth the last time they met.
Yeah, Reese, don't love each other is an understatement. They severely dislike each other, and that's how it should be. And last game, man, it was back and forth, back and forth. You didn't know who was going to win. Who's mentally prepared for this ball game? Who can handle the emotions, Palmer, early to start this game?
Yeah, that's the great thing about rivalry games like this. When these two teams play each other, it's like two heavyweight fighters trading haymakers, and ultimately it comes down to which team is standing flat.
He gets it past the sticks, and Georgia has a first down.
Well, it feels like each and every year when you talk Georgia and their ability running the football, they are about as deep at that position in running back as anybody in college football. You look to last year, David, it felt like every game there was 5 or 6 guys. It was Nate Frazier and 4 other dudes all getting it done. They recruit so well at that position. They bring in fresh bodies. They wear defenses down. We expect that to be the same thing this year.
They do, but I tell you what, man, the highlighter to me, the top guy is Nate Frazier. And them keeping him this offseason, there was a lot of people that were trying to make him a very rich man. And I'm not saying he's not a rich man in Georgia, but, like, he is the superstar. He's got great feet. You saw him take next steps after his freshman year. And this guy really has dynamic quickness. He explodes through the hole, home run speed, doesn't mess around, has really proven to be a great back.
The Bulldogs are marching down the field. Back to throw, it's Stockton. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning Turkey Bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollock off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollock cut blocked, maybe even double-team high-low, chop blocked on every single play early.
Which is illegal, you bum. That's fine. But that's fine. You know what? I guess in retaliation to that, we would just rough the passer over and over, taking the 15-yard penalty. That's what's fun about this, Reese. It's petty. It's sometimes it crosses the line of dirty, but that's why rivalries are so fun.
Caught, and he's got room. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
And nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly, understanding the big fella's open. And the big fella, I don't mean an offensive lineman anymore. That's what tight ends used to be, is just an extension of the O-line. These guys are now extensions at receiver. They can make big plays, get him the ball, run after the catch.
Stop just inside the 25. We'll mark it at the 24. Pickup of 10 and a first down. They're going to ride this running back.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard games just because of the body blow effect.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
Back to pass, it's Stockton. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. A tough start to the opening drive as the defense comes up with a big play.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
Running inside, it's McAllister. stopped behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 rushing defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
Sellers finds his man. It's Tuggle. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
Well, this guy's not easy to bring down. They just throw him a simple hitch pass, but he's got so many moves out in the open field. You've got to get a lot of hats to the football to get that guy down, prevent him from scoring on big plays.
Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on third down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31. Wide right, it's Sellers. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
Well, give the defense credit on that one because they knew coming into this one that they were going to try to get this receiver the ball in a variety of ways. They were ready for the screen there, and they create a negative play.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Again, it's Sellers. Finds his man. It's Harbor. And a good pickup there. They'll move the sticks for a first down. Let's see if they try to get another snap before the quarter expires. So after the break, they'll go back to work. It's been a defensive battle through the first period, and the stats tell that tale. And the Gamecocks will snap it on 1st and 10. Sellers on the play action. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, and really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
Knocked down immediately.
Goodness gracious, if you blinked, you missed it. Horrible blocking up front. Defender gets in there so fast.
Did he line up in the backfield? Seventh play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Sellers from the gun on third down. Hit as he throws. Right side, it's Hunt. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Well, it feels like everybody else on offense has been getting some in the passing game this drive. Finally, they get the tight end going, too. He's like, dude, I'm good, and I'm open. Throw me the ball. And that's exactly where their quarterback goes. He's feeling it right now. He's distributing the football to a bunch of different people. In the defense right now, they have no idea who's getting it next.
He'll be forced out of bounds after the nice gain on the run.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
The Gamecocks can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Cuts it upfield. It's McAllister. Could be an alley. And he stopped, brought down at the 18. It'll be enough for the first down.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, defensively you start thinking, more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
And the Gamecocks back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that bad.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
Caught in the backfield. It's Sellers. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
can't make the catch on third down, and the rarest of drops for this guy. Now on fourth down, they'll settle for a field goal try. Smashes it between the uprights. And that'll put the first points of the game on 3-0.
First drive. Like, you wanted a touchdown, but you gave the people here at home something to cheer about on that first drive. Move the football enough to get your kicker an opportunity and to put 3 on the board.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Georgia offense, ready to go on the attack. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, and it just seemed like there was some miscommunication down there in the red zone. David, this drive, the QB and receivers just have to do a better job being on the same page.
Yeah, and I think you pull the positives, right? We moved the football down the field. We had a chance to score, but we can't let those opportunities slip between our hands. Let's go get some points.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front, establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
At the line of scrimmage, but they won't snap it here. They're going to use the timeout instead. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. 5 wide receiver formation on 2nd and 9. Drops back. It's Stockton working that wide receiver screen. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage. But you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for a loss.
Quickly complete. Out to the 32-yard line before he goes out of bounds, and that's the way to give a little start to the drive. Georgia ready to dial it up on another first down. Here's a give to Frazier. They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there.
Well, it's an electrifying run, and you think about the tradition at the running back position for the Bulldogs. Herschel Walker into his Heisman Trophy. No Sean Marino, and how about this? Todd Gurley, Nick Chubb, and Sony Michel all there at the same time. I bet this guy could have gotten to that rotation, though, because he's got those types of skills.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
Whistle blows, and this is the 2-minute timeout, and these guys have a chance to take the lead before halftime. Long way to go on 2nd down. They'll move the tight end. Wants to go up top on 2nd down. They'll run the screen. Shows him the stiff arm. Shakes a man, and he might take off. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance. And the Bulldogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Handoff for Frazier. And he got 5 yards on the play, 2nd and 5 coming. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. RPO complete. Makes a catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one. As the rooster crows, they are getting cocky and cockier on 3rd down here. Plows his way ahead. He'll be dragged to the ground, but it'll be a first down. Timeout on the field, and that's the 2nd call by Georgia. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. The Dogs pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. On first down, Nate Frazier. They were all over it.
Yeah, when you get penetration by that defense right away, and there's no way to cut at all for that back, he gets destroyed right away. No way that play was going to be successful. Way too much penetration.
Unloads to the wideout. And a intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. There he goes. Past the 30. He's at the top. Touchdown, Gamecocks. The defense putting points on the board.
And that's one the quarterback would love to have back. At this point of the game, it's tight on the scoreboard, and if that guy's not open, nothing's there. You got to throw that thing away, or you got to tuck it and run, take a sack, live to play another down. That's a decision the quarterback wishes he had back.
Yeah, because you're so frustrated because you're in a position to get points. And, right, when you start getting down there, Palmer, they talk to you all the time. Don't give away points. Make sure you're smart with the football. Don't try to do too much. He tries to do too much. He pays for it, and the defense takes it all the way back to the end zone.
Moves the pocket. It's Stockton. Just gets rid of that one.
I just have not seen this offense look very sharp so far in this game. Running or throwing it. The second half, throwing it specifically, I think they need to find a better rhythm. You've got to find a way to get some completion strung together.
Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Drops back on first down. Looking down the middle. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Georgia will kick it deep to start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. We check in with Holly Rowe.
Guys, I talked to Coach Shane Beamer at halftime. He wanted to remind his team that they have been in moments like this before. They lost last time these two teams played, and they want to build on that experience and make a different outcome this time around. He told them, we have got to be focused and meet the moment, have even more energy, because this rivalry game is what energy is all about. Guys?
Thanks, Holly.
And the defense finally gets home. They get their first sack of the day. This is a defense, they can pressure the quarterback. This is not normal. Last week they had 5 sacks, so you're used to this defense getting after quarterbacks.
That's caught. It's Tuggle. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
Just a short pass to the tight end. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
Yeah, and these big fellas, man, they can run so well at their size. A lot of times you see these tight ends, they don't necessarily run around you, but so physical to be able to break tackles and then make those extra yards after the catch.
All over him immediately.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
Shoots it to the left. Got his man downfield. Working their way closer and closer. A third down conversion, and they've got it at the 26.
And that's a nice job by this offense. They got to find a way to continue to string good plays together. They've had a few, but they haven't put 3, 4, 5, 6 together, putting a drive like this together. Now, let's go pay this thing off and punch it in the end zone.
Makes to grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. The Gamecocks in a good spot here with second and short. Driving forward, it's McAllister. They get him stopped after a 2-yard gain. Ball is at the 17.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5. And the Gamecocks will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Here's Auguste. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, South Carolina. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
Dropping back, it's Stockton. Wide open downfield. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a 1st down at the 38. Let's send the tight end in motion. Fresh setter downs going to the air. Back's got it on the screen. Turns it on at midfield. Lots of room to run. Rams him with the stiff arm. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the 1st down before he steps out of bounds.
And this offense is going to need more of those, man. You've dug yourself a little bit of a hole. Defense still giving up points on the last possession, man. You got to put it in overdrive. You need more big plays, more shots down the field. You got to continue to be aggressive.
They're looking to pass from the red zone. Fires to the tight end. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
Well, the tight end shows off his speed. See his ability there to separate from the defender trying to cover him on that drag route.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. 2nd down to the air. Oh, pressure's coming. Incomplete, going for the touchdown, but instead I think they're going to have to wear a penalty. And the penalty accepted, and they'll move him back. And after the defense forces the intentional grounding, it is 3rd and long. Looking to throw again. Fires to the wideout. It's complete. He's brought down at the 11-yard line, and now is this 4-down territory, or will they take the chip shot field goal? Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Got to make the play on 4th. Incomplete, and that'll be a turnover on down. Welcome to Williams-Brice Stadium in Columbia, South Carolina. Is there really anything better than immersing yourself in football all afternoon on a Saturday, and we continue with this one. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Gamecocks offense will have the football first. A rivalry game like this, they'd love to get off to a good start. Guys, the last time they met, they were trading haymakers with each other.
They sure were. You could really tell in that game how much this rivalry meant to the players. They were exhausted, David. That game was back and forth. Neither of these teams want to lose because you don't want to hear about it for an entire offseason, and you know they're going to be playing with some fire today.
And you hear about it from the fans every time you lose. You hear about it constantly. It matters. Heard about it with Jesse Palmer and the Georgia-Florida rivalry. It was a big-time deal. They're going to be playing with emotion. Who can handle that emotion early, get settled in, and throw that first punch? And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. And you could see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
Throwing Sellers. They go to the wide receiver screen. They corral him out of bounds, mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going.
And I think it's safe to say Lenoris Sellers, David, probably one of the most polarizing players in all of college football. You've seen how special and freakishly talented this guy is with his ability not just throwing the football, but running it, the strength, the size, the power, and more than anything, what we saw a year ago was his ability to avoid sacks and avoid negative plays. I know this. He doesn't have a chance unless this offensive line gets a lot better, but they believe they've built that up. And if that's the case, this could be a very special year for South Carolina.
Well, and let's be honest, this is where they spent their money in the offseason. They wanted to fortify the offensive line. They brought in Kendall Briles at the coordinator spot. They did everything they could to build around this young man. Lenoris Sellers' talent is through the roof. We know it. Big, strong, can throw it. Now the pieces around him, a big year could be coming for this big young man.
The Gamecocks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Here's Sellers to throw. Under pressure. Soft spot in the middle. They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough to pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. On the move. Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Left side is Harbor. He'll get it all the way down to the 8-yard line, and the defense is feeling the heat.
And you've already seen this QB, man. He's willing to spread the ball around and take what the defense gives him and not force it to his go-to guy. But it's not a surprise. When you get it to him, good things happen. He can chew up chunks of yards and make those big plays.
He's got it. Bust through behind his pad. Goes out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they'll be set up in a great position here.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On 1st and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
Pushes ahead. Defense all over him.
And on that situation on the 1-yard line, the defense brings so many guys. Palmer gets in the backfield, creates the negative play.
Yeah, I think we're seeing the overall athleticism of this defense. They've got guys flying to the ball.
They're trying to cash in this long opening drive. The 9th play is 3rd and goal. Handoff again. He'll be stopped short. Could not drive his way into the end zone, and now they're faced with 4th and goal.
Man, if I'm quarterback right now, after this long of a drive down this close, I'm going for a touchdown here, Paul.
And I get that, but I've worn this defense out, man. I'm going to go for the touchdown right here. And if I miss, they got to go the whole length of the field to score a touchdown.
Not going to make it. And the 4th down gamble backfires. The Bulldogs offense, who will go to work for the first time in this one. And now we say hello to Nate Frazier. He's coming off a 100-yard game and a couple of touchdowns in their last win. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Found some space and crosses the 10 out to the 11. It's a pickup of 6. They can really be aggressive after that last play at 2nd and 3. Scanning the field, it's Stockton. They'll flip it out to the back on the screen. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down.
One of the things I love about this offense is they're very versatile in their passing attack. They throw to receivers and tight ends, and the screen game is big as well. This guy is a weapon, and you're seeing that here early.
Got it across the 20 and out to the 23, a pickup of 4.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. From the gun. Out wide left, it's Frazier. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line, and now they've got a little something brewing.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Phillips. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Still nothing on the board as we open up play here in the second quarter. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. They'll give to Frazier. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Sets his feet. It's Stockton. Rushes on. Takes a hit as he fires. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. And the Dogs come to the line with a new set of downs. Here's a give to Frazier.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Rides to the back. He's stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain. They are letting the big dogs eat on the ground.
Pound, pound, pound. The dog pound. Run the football, be physical. You can go back when Vince Dooley won a championship. Herschel Walker. You go all through the names. So many great running backs that run with an edge that are dogs.
Snap on first down, wants to throw. Back's got it on the screen. He stopped at the 32, picks up 10 on the play and gets the first down.
And there you go. You see, you don't have to throw bombs to get big plays in the passing game. Just screen it to your running back. As soon as he catches it, he gets upfield. And how about the downfield blocking by these linemen and the wide receivers as they rip off that explosive play?
On defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
Back to pass on second down. Hauls it in. He'll be stopped at the 16-yard line. It's enough for a first down in the red zone.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. I think on that last completion, it was a good example of it.
Stopped right there.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him, get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
Hit a little speed bump on this drive. It's 2nd and 12. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Looking downfield, it's Stockton. They're all over it. Had to get rid of it quickly. He just tossed that one out of bounds. You avoid the sack, you avoid the turnover. You've got more plays here on third down.
Man, I don't know if you want that guy outside the pocket very often because he's so fast and he can do some damage, but they did a nice job containing him. Once he left the pocket, they were ready for it, came to him, he tried to throw the football. Nice hit on the quarterback as he's throwing to force a bad pass.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. Right down the boulevard. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
The Gamecocks offense heads out to see what they can put together here. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On 1st down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Sellers. Out wide right, it's Sellers. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks.
I'll tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands. You saw it on that last play.
Down to 2 minutes to play. We'll take the timeout. They'll talk it over, a chance to tie or even take the lead before the break. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. Gets the back moving. Sellers from the gun on 3rd down. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
3rd and short like that on your own side of the field. You're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
Searching for space. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
Quickly out to the tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. Back to throw. It's Stockton. Good job just to get rid of that one.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. This offense has been stagnant so far. 1-2-3 kick the last time they had the ball, and this time really needing to get a score. Oh, he's got some space. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. The Gamecocks spin the first of their 3 timeouts. And they can take a moment to try to build a little momentum, get the right play called after picking up the 1st down. Big play to start this drive. Now they'll snap it from the 39. Throwing, Sellers. Unloads to the wideout. Can hold on in the face of the contact.
Well, the defense was obviously ready for that play. They've obviously been watching film. They know that that pass play is one of the bread and butter plays this offense has, so nice job defending it.
They'll go back to the air on 2nd down. He hurls one deep down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. They'll have to push the ball down the field here on 3rd and long. Sellers from the gun on third down. Fires to the middle. For the third straight play, the pass falls incomplete. And the Gamecocks will punt this one away. He's going to have to strike this ball well in the face of this howling wind. And the punt hits ground at the 2 and goes into the end zone. He just missed, hitting them right in the shadow of the goalpost. It'll come out to the 20. Moving the pocket, it's Stockton. Here comes the heat. He's got the tight end. Excellent pursuit by this defense as he barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. Georgia comes quickly to the line.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
Look out! Just gets rid of it to avoid the sack.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
On third down, here's Frazier. They make the stop. It'll be fourth down. The defense does have a timeout to use if they want to try to put up points before the half. Georgia lining up to punt it away. Trying to take it back. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Here's Sellers to throw. Gonna take a shot. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots. They're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
And back to the air on second down. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
You got to put that one on the receiver. That's just a flat-out drop. That's a good throw by the quarterback. That's a catch that receiver needs to make.
They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. On third down, he drops to throw. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Incomplete. They took a shot to wrap up the half and came up empty. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Gamecocks will kick it off to start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Before we kick off the second half, Holly Rowe, what do you have?
The Bulldogs head coach told me at the half they have to start the third quarter with a sense of urgency. On the road, backs against the wall with a hostile crowd. He said, we got to have more intensity. They did a good job in the first half, but this game is close, and they understand all of the playoff implications. They've got to be the best version of themselves here to start this third.
All right, Holly. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to throw. It's Stockton. Setting up the screen. Breaks a tackle, and he might go. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15.
Great job, too, by the QB there. Holding the ball as long as possible, allowing the pass rush to get upfield, and at the very last second, getting it to his guy so that he can go get the first down.
Wants to throw one first. Throws quickly. Could not make his way to the corner.
I like the idea on offense. You want to get this guy the football in as many ways as possible. So you throw him the screen quickly, see if he can make somebody miss. Doesn't work there, but that should not be the last time you run that play.
Second down, gonna throw it. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and pull it away. It'll be third down.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense. Or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
He wants to throw it again. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted, and that total goes to 16. Knocked down quickly after the pick, but that offense says thank you very much, and they'll have it at the 43. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. So the turnover sets up their first drive of this second half, and they'll have an opportunity to take the lead. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Sellers. Left side is Hunt. Fakes the grab and down immediately. He picks up a few.
They're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
3rd and 6 yards to go. Sellers from the gun on 3rd down. Throws to the wideout. Complete in the middle. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Dropping back, it's Sellers. Nice play by the defense to jar that one loose.
This is a situation here in the 3rd quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
Unloads to the wideout. Almost had the completion, just missed it.
And we were talking about it at half, guys. Like, how are they going to crack this puzzle, right? This defense so elite in the first half. Second half, they come out, they're trying to throw the football, man. I just don't know where the weaknesses are. They're going to have to keep working and keep trying to make that big play and stay aggressive. But so far, on every level of this defense, they've been dominant.
The screen, he's got wheels. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. It's good. Easy call for the refs. And we are dead even after the field goal here in the 3rd.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Let's go to the sideline in Holly Rowe.
Here on the Bulldogs sideline, guys, I can tell you something we have got to keep our eye on. This quarterback was really banged up and bruised up after last week's win. He told me when I caught up with him this week, he has definitely been feeling sore this week. He did not miss any practice, but I will keep you posted as this game goes along. He's going to have to fight through some things here today, and I'll let you know how it's looking down here on the field. Back to you.
Holly, keep an eye on that one for us. Looking downfield, it's Stockton. Right down the middle. Another interception. That's number 17 on the year. He's into the open down the middle. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. Great place to start for this offense. Wide receiver going in motion. Throwing, Sellers. Right side, it's Bennett. Snags it, and there's running room. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. They want to throw it. Caught. It's a fumble. Recovered by the defense, and he's off.
Man, you're trying to break the tie. You've got this golden opportunity in the red zone here in the second half, but you've got to hold on to the football, and that's a play that is going to haunt him for a long time to come.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. Breaks into the open. Really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24 and moving those chains.
And it's not a surprise who they gave the football to. When you get down in this area, they're going to call his name. The physical back, they're going to give him the football. They're going to use their identity of physicality and run game down here in the red zone.
Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Handoff for Frazier. They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
On third down, here's Frazier. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
And they may have caught the defense napping there a little bit, David, maybe expecting pass on that third down, but because of the back's effort now, fresh set of downs.
And it's so nice to have a guy that you can give the football on these third down situations and feel confident you're going to continue to move the sticks.
And they can't make the connection, and 3 quarters are in the books as we head to the 4th. This is when winning plays are made, and we start right now in the 4th. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Here's a give to Frazier. Smashes him with the stiff arm. He's piled up 82 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. On first down, Nate Frazier. Past the 6. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14.
I love the play call running the football here in the 4th quarter because with the score what it is right now, everything is at your disposal on offense. You are not panicking. This isn't throw every single down, all of a sudden 2-minute air raid type stuff. You can run the ball. You can do all of your stuff, personnel, shifting, motioning. You just got to be very, very careful and absolutely cannot turn it over.
And this offense is so close they can almost taste taking a 4th quarter lead, but they don't want to leave too much time on the clock for an answer. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front 7 tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
They lost ground on first down, now 2nd and goal from the 5. Kept it on the ground, now they'll throw. Flip it out to the back on the screen. Tried to set up the screen, and the defense wasn't having it.
The linebacker was not fooled at all. He read his keys. He saw the running back release out of the backfield. He's got some speed and wheels himself to run with him. And, yeah, the running back made the catch, but he went right down to the ground. Really nice job that time by the linebacker.
A 3rd and goal, and this defense feeling energy from the crowd. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires into the end zone. Incomplete. He was going for the touchdown. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. And it's good! They take the lead here in the 4th.
All field goals are not created equal, guys. Kicks in the 4th quarter to take the lead. They just seem to carry so much more weight. So give that young man credit for getting out there and knocking that thing through the uprights with all of the pressure, with all the eyeballs on him. He delivered.
South Carolina's offense heads out to get this drive started. After giving up that field goal, they find themselves trailing and trying to do something about it on this drive. They get to him as he throws.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working, ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42, and now this offense is clicking. They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. Here's Sellers to throw. Caught in the backfield, it's Harbor. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
And that just shows you the team speed this defense has. As soon as they identify who's got the ball, they are around and surrounding that ball carrier so quickly.
At midfield, he's got room. Big play, takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47. There's a reason you drag the record books to the recycle bin in a rivalry game. Upsets, and we've got one looming.
Great play by the cornerback. He was just way too physical at the point of attack. He beat his man trying to block him, and he tackled that receiver on the screen.
If you can't win it all, you might as well try to ruin things for your rival, and that's exactly what we've got working here. Wide receiver comes in motion. Sellers can hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up third down.
And both of these defenses, man, they've been so good. They've been physical. They've been great tackling, limiting explosive plays. But it's these type of plays right here, when it's kind of a 50-50, 60-40, where the offense has to make the play, the defense has been consistently winning in this football game.
I think this team knew coming in today they needed to be able to run the football, and they were going to have to get some of that production from the quarterback, and he just broke off his longest run of the game so far. That was critical for his confidence, for this offense's confidence, and right now if you're on defense, you've got to find an answer for this guy.
What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss. After losing a couple of yards, it's now 2nd and 12 as they try to keep this drive moving. It's Harbor. Excellent job rallying to the ball, and they knock him down. Timeout called here on defense, so they'll have a couple remaining in addition to the 2-minute stoppage to try to maximize time and get the football back. Third and long, a lot of ground to cover. Throwing, Sellers. No choice but to get rid of it, and it'll be 4th down. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. And he got it! Guys, we have a tie ball game here in the 4th.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on 4th down so much easier. Just trot him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. Here's a big drive for this defense who will try to get a stop with just a few minutes left. Hit and drop behind the line. He'll lose a yard. Whistle blows, clock stops, and there are 2 minutes left to play in this one.
And great job getting in the backfield, making it very difficult to him to make reads and understand what the heck's going on. Bottling him up, that's the biggest thing. When you play a running quarterback, you want to bottle him up. You want to set those edges really, really firm, make him turn back inside where all the big boys are coming, and you don't let that speed get to the outside.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
He's got an open man. There he goes. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Bulldogs. They move on top here in the 4th. Setting up for the PAT, and when he gets this late, every point matters. The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. pulled and finds his man on the left. Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes, only a pickup of a couple.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last play.
And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. From the gun on third down, Sellers. Active hands from the defense forcing that incomplete pass.
And every defensive coordinator in the country will tell you, you want to get them to third and long. Obvious passing situations. Because they won second down and they got that big sack, they put them in the predictable third down. They win and probably force the punt here.
Fourth down, Sellers. He wants a big play here late. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. The Gamecocks spend the first of their 3 timeouts. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. Georgia trying to finish the deal and run out the clock. Frazier again. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one. Timeout called here by South Carolina. That'll be their 2nd. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal. It's as if you're engulfed in a space odyssey. Williams-Brice alive on third down. Rush right in his face. He's sacked. This defense all over him. The Gamecocks take a timeout. That's their last one. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. Georgia sends out the punt team. Now, if you're really worried about the block, I guess you could think about taking the safety here in the free kick. No chance for any kind of return there. They were all over him as soon as he caught the football. Good field position here as they start this drive from their 43. Here's Sellers to throw. Out wide right, it's Harbor. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
And you've created some great momentum, getting the stop, forcing the punt, now getting it back to your offense. Your offense starting to get in a groove. Late in the game, you need some big plays.
You just wonder how much panic there is right now on the defensive side of the football, too. Because of what you just said, David, they can feel and sense the momentum.
He'll take a deep shot here. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
Man, you know the defensive coordinator on that play was holding his breath because in the fourth quarter, you got one of the fastest players in the game going deep on you. And that's going to be a helmet sticker for somebody. Like forcing an incompletion against that guy, that's incredible.
They'll snap it from the 48 on 3rd and short. Sellers from the gun on 3rd down. Oh, pressure's coming. Trying to get away. He's knocked down short game. Maybe a pickup of 3. That defense rallied to the ball in a hurry. Sellers. Under pressure. And he gets rid of it.
Well, the defense brings the blitz. They're trying to affect the timing of the quarterback. He was able to escape, get outside of the pocket, but just not able to connect with his target.
Got to have a touchdown right here, and this will be the final play of regulation. Looking downfield, it's Sellers. Fires one high and deep. It's incomplete, a last-gasp effort, and the defense finds a way to survive it. After the stumble earlier this year, a lot of people wrote this